Okay, this one is 6-66. It says, interpret each of the following effects on the function f of x. For example, f of x plus 2 indicates to calculate the output for the input that is 2 greater than x. So interpret each of the following effects. Yeah, what does that even mean, effects, huh? So we got A is, oh, I think they just want us to say what's happening to the, like they gave this as an example. They say this is just saying calculate the output for input that's 2 greater than x. So this would say calculate the output for an input that is 6 times w. What? Okay. So let's say I have f of 5, I'm just making something up here, equals, I don't know, if I had f of x equals x plus 1, then whatever I plug in for x, that's gonna it's gonna take that number that I plugged in for x and it's gonna add 1 to it. So if I plug in a 5, then that gives me 5 plus 1, that'd give me a 6, right? But if I want to plug in f of x plus 2, then when I plug a 5 into that function, it really does the work on 2 more than 5. You know what I mean? It's going to take whatever I plug into the function and add 2 to it. So in this case, if that was my function and I wanted to plug a 5 in, well, the 5 would turn in, it would add 2 to it. So that would be like actually 7 plus 1. That'd make 8. So what this means is that you're going to add 2 to whatever you plug in into the function. So, and that's what this book is trying to say. They're saying calculate the output for the input that is 2 greater than x. So when they say the output and the input is the thing that you plug in. They're saying calculate the output for the input that's 2 greater than x. So for this one, I would write something like this. Calculate the output for input that is 6 times, can I say x? Yeah, 6 times x. So that's how I would answer that letter A, 6-66. Oh, it wasn't, sorry, it's not x, you guys. I'm riddled with mistake. It was a w. I turned it into an x. Okay, so letter B, maybe one of you guys can get the pattern of this. Letter B, I'll get you started and then you guys can fill in the blank. We're going to write calculate the output for what? Who wants to try it?
I didn't understand A. I didn't understand what you did with A.
For A, it's just they're just trying to explain to you that this notation it's function notation. And so what this is telling you is that they want you to calculate the output for something that's 6 times the input. W is the input, or in this case up here, this was x was the input. It's the number you plug in. They want you to calculate, they want you to do a calculation for an input that is 2 more than x. So this one, you'd calculate the output for an input that is 6 times w.
Oh.
So this one, you would calculate the output for an input that is 2 less than h, right? Calculate the output for, I think the reason they're doing this is they want you to understand what function notation is, so that for later, when you see it, you'll know what it means. Calculate the output for input that is 2 less than H. So there's 2 more to do. You guys will you'll catch on, and then you guys will be doing it kind of on your own. Oh, there's only one more. It only goes to C. Darn. Oh, and then they make this one really confusing, huh? F of A. Ah. You want to try?
What?
Doesn't hurt to try.
Calculate the output. That is 4 times F plus 10?
Kind of, yeah. I think I would say calculate the output for A, multiply it by 4, and then add 10 to it because they weren't inside the parentheses. Your book says...
So calculate output for A times F plus 10.
Well, calculate the output for A and then multiply it by 4 and add 10 or something like that.
So calculate the output for A when it's multiplied by 4F and added to 10? Right? Calculate output for A.
Here.
Calculate output for A times F. But isn't F, okay, F is A. For A 10 more than 4 times.
10 more than 4 times the output of F when the input is A. 10 more than 4 times the output.
No, what does that mean then? Calculate the input for A. That is 10 more than 4 times the output. Right? No,
It's the same thing.
Output for input. You would replace output for input and input with output.
This right here in the box is the way the book says it. 10 more than 4 times the output of F when the input is A. I was going to say calculate the output for A, then multiply it by 4 and add 10, which is actually kind of saying the same thing. So there's a lot of different ways you can say it. But basically you're plugging some number in for A. And then we don't even know what the function is. But whatever it spits out, it's getting multiplied by 4 and having 10 added to it. Yeah. Okay, so we'll close this down.